I'm gonna see if this works. I don't think it works. I have a lot of doubts. The doubts is probably right. I don't think it works. Uh, but hi, welcome it. Good day, good morning, good time zone and everything. I hope you're good. Yeah, I'm almost sure it doesn't work. The main reason why I'm sure is because OBS is supposed to access the mic, and because I'm using the browser source inside of OBS to get the thing. So that that I feel uh is not is not the option. Yeah, the chat thing, I don't get it. I'm gonna be honest. It's supposed to work. It doesn't. It just makes absolutely no sense. And I I tried, but it doesn't work per se. Like it it does work, but it doesn't work, and it's really really weird. It's kind of as if I needed to have the the system running in VS Code in the background to make it work, which pisses me off because it's not supposed to happen. And yeah, I mean that's what I did last time to make it work. Basically, had to run the chat through the live server on Cursor to make the thing work. And yeah, it's just it was weird. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Ah, I'm trying though. And now I'm seeing something. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well. Sorry, my bad. I pressed the button, wrong button, and because I'm in studio mode on OBS, it didn't do shit. Yes, um, yeah, but I don't want to have a server. That's the thing. That is the reason. Um, like I don't want to have anything running at any time. Like it makes no sense to me. It's supposed to access the internet the same way that OBS is accessing the internet, at least for me. And it's just it makes absolutely no sense. And the mic is still going through the PC, so that's still gonna happen if it works. But it just makes no sense. No sense at all. Things are just supposed to work, but they don't. And yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And even if, like, I tried to run the index.html output of the JavaScript stuff through like, through Chrome directly, it didn't work either. But that whole thing, the whole thing is just non-working. Like, if I run dev, I think, and it's running through Cursor right now, and then I uh, make sure to have not live servers, but something that just has the values, the thing, the whatever. that, then I can copy the browser source URL from cursor directly and then go through OBS again, change the values right there, this, and technically it's supposed to work, you know, but it doesn't. Like, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. It needs to have, currently, I need to relaunch the OBS URL thing every time. And then once that's done, I can kill cursor and have the chat still run, I think. But I don't know. Don't get it. It makes no sense. Does this works today? It works today. We have some ads. Good. What is the appointment that you have? Is it rigged? No, I'm landing in the ass. Good. Appreciate that. Perfect timing. So yeah, with all of that, like it's yeah, I have apparently, yeah. The thing is, it doesn't make any sense to have that needing access to a live server entity to be able to be rendered. And yeah, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, we have better news though. We have better news, kind of better news. First of all, the camera and prompter is not running through the PC. It's running through the Mac right now. So that might bring some issues. Cybersect, hi, welcome on in. I don't have a combined chat for Mac. I just have both windows side to side. That's the thing. And and you know, but the thing, no, it's not necessary. Um, it is not necessary. Most of the thing that I want to do in terms of automation are going to be fixed soon, maybe. Uh, which are different. But nonetheless, I kind of wanted to see if everything could be transposed on the Mac so that I can sell the PC. That's basically the idea. Because I need money. And yeah, I need to get rid of some stuff that are taking space and not helping. So they are helping for the voice commands, but right now I still need the PC. Got it. Anyways. Today I had a weird thing happen, which wasn't planned in any way, shape, or form. This uh, has been sent to the App Store as a test flight thing. So now it is linked to the App Store, which is really good for me. But also, it has, for some reason, and I don't know how this works, I removed the project dependency of Google Places and the iOS map, Google Map SDK, and it still works. So I don't know how, with no project dependency on the Swift UI app, you still can have access to the APIs that you're supposed to call through the dependency. That's a weird thing, but it works. I'm good with that. And I might need to recreate some stuff in there, but at least this has been started. I took took a look. Bad look, but took a look. Bad brave. Hi, welcome on in. Like took a look at the iPad version of the app, and broken. So I fixed the iPad version as well. It's better than can, but you know, yeah. I transferred most of the things to the Mac rather than having the PC run at the same time as the Mac. Usually I have the PC for chat and voice commands, and now I have the PC for voice commands because it doesn't work on the Mac, but I have the Mac for the chat as well on the prompter right here. And that's the new thing for now, as long as it works. It's not gonna work for a long time though. But yeah. Um yeah, no, I can generate an O token, but it doesn't work through the currently doesn't work through the OBS navigation system. That's the thing. Like the browser source of OBS is broken to an extent that doesn't allow me to get access to the auth token and the connection through there. So I needed to have that full system. And even if I hard coded the oath token and everything inside of my code, it didn't compile properly. So that's the thing. That's the thing. It doesn't really matter. It works. I just need to reload the browser source and delete the URL, repaste the same URL at the beginning of a stream. That happened. Um, yeah, but the client ID and secret don't work through OBS on my side. And I'm not saying would never work through OBS. I'm saying that on Mac, the browser that is used through OBS doesn't allow me to do things that maybe a PC can allow me to do. And therefore, things are broken. So the initial thing of having the client ID and the client secrets through the application of Twitch or the Twitch application from the dev .twitch thing, that it wasn't working. But yeah, I should be able to, yes, 100% agree with that. Does it? The, it works now. And I have a workaround, which the workaround around not the best, but it's working. So yeah. So yeah, so this has been set to um like the App Store, which is pretty good. That's good news. And then this is also sent to the App Store with this that has been populated. So now when you load the app for the first time after a while, you get the What's New in this version, which is everything that I've done on this new version uh, added to this entryway, which is really good. And that has been published. I need to do a marketing email post on socials about it to make sure that everyone knows that we have the thing launched, all that. But yeah, that's where it is. And it's not that I need to accept what you're saying. It's just that I have done what you say, and it still doesn't work. So that doesn't change shit. It doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. So yeah, today is officially Wednesday, which is a creation day. I don't know what we will create. I don't know if we have specific things to create. We don't really have anything to review per se, at least so far, not much from what I know. Haven't seen like a lot of stuff on Twitter in the past few days regarding content other than things that look old to me, but, that, um this has been posted 2 days ago, which has been pretty interesting. It's not good, but it's not bad. The reason why I'm saying it's not good is, the font. Rodrin, hi, welcome on in. That 1, 2, 3 is really shitty to me. I really don't like it, but the kinda notched in the background for the roller is really good. It roll at the same time as the paper, so that's really good. But the one of the reason that I don't like it much is because this part is really good. And when you compare this part with this button, it looks like shit. Like there is no physicality, there is no click, there is no press, there is no shadow changes that would make it unified and coherent in terms of choices in between these two things. I understand that most of the other things are not necessarily as skeuomorphic as this, but still, there is some sort of a need for this thing to be coherent. Dabshi, hi, welcome on it. How are you? Um, well, it goes up. You think it's the opposite? When you click up, it goes up. When you click down, it goes down. You would reverse it? Um, I see. I see. Good job, Dabshi. Congrats. That's good news. That is good news. Um, it's weird to you that it's going up and oh, so I don't have Figma open. What you basically are saying is if you had something like, come on, bitch. If you had your button that is, um, that's the wrong key. If you have your button that is this, and you have your arrows like that, you're expecting this to, if you click on this, it goes down? No, that's weird. Like I'm taking it from the point of view of center points, where if you send these two together, it's gonna go up. And if you send these two together, it's gonna go down. So yeah. I think what I would have done is not have it go outside of the bound. I understand why it is like this, right? It looks cool. Nonetheless, that's still true. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have the same feeling. I don't have the same feeling. I'm gonna say that. That's interesting. And then all of these is from last Monday, which is nothing much has happened. Is really sad. Um, like I don't me? No, I did nothing. Where 80,000 likes. Oh, there. Sorry. Oh, that. Yeah. You know what? I never saw that number. I did not know. I didn't know. We don't have much though. Like it's not. It's always the same thing. I have like one post that gets 20K, 70K views, and that gives me the amount of likes. but it's like not much, you know. Is it the amount of likes I have given? If that's the case, then that sounds, yeah, I see. Well, then maybe, yeah. Making gaming not pop. Yeah. Damn, I missed that message. Not posting about the process on Twitter makes me feel like I'm missing on something. Yes. Yes, you are. Chris, hi, welcome on in. Um, how long does the term job product designer exist? How long ago has it been created? That's a good question. I've been transitioned to product designer as a job title in 2016. Yes. Technically 2017, but 2016. So I would say before that, because France is late to job title switches and following up with what is the trend. So I would say probably 2010, 2014-ish, probably when it started, but I don't know exactly. I don't have a specific year. Um, That's a good question. Yeah, that is a good question. You know, you're right, um, Godwin. You're right. This is the amount of likes that I have. Uh, I I have liked. Yes, though though please keep in mind this is since July of 2014. It's been 11 years. That's not that much. Listen, I'm someone that likes stuff or follow people really quickly. And if you go on my regular presentation, uh, I'm following almost 10,000 people. I need to reset my follow account every time, like really, 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 really often because I reached the 10K mark in here. It's the same thing on Dribble. I reached the amount of following um, that I could at some point that is um, yeah, the limit is 10K on TikTok. The limit was 2K on Dribble. I complained about it and and that happened. Uh, it's because I said you should be able to follow more than 2,000 people. I'm sure there is like more than 2,000 people that have good design, and they were like, "Fuck off." This is Twitter drama. It's pretty nice. But it's the same thing. On Behance, I reached the limit in the beginning and then they upped the limit, but I'm still like really, really much inside of that limited amount of following. Um, I'm following 7,000 people. It was limited at 5K, and now I have a bit more than limits. Um, but you know, I usually on most of the design related platforms, I max out their metrics, and yeah. How would you get a job if they want to have 5 years of experience, but you have 1 to 2 years of experience in product design? Morton, hi. No, you haven't said hello yet. Well, go on in. Um, have you done have you done something else before? Yes. What else have you done before? The question that I would have for you is, what is your previous experience before the 1 to 2 years of product design experience that you have? Because there is what we call transferable skills that would be highly, highly appreciated, and you could count as product design years or time if you wanted to. So, for example, for me, I'm counting my product design year as product management year when I was the only designer in the company, needing to manage my product and the team of designers that came later, and also making sure that I have a roadmap that makes sense for the devs and for myself. So I have 7 years of product management, which were while I was under the job title of product designer. So you may have skills that are transferable that you could use. So yeah. It so Godwin, it wasn't exactly the only reason, but something happened with Esben, which is another designer that we had in the chat sometimes. Not he offered, but here at some point. And they said something about dribble not being good in some specific way, in which I replied, um, it's also fucking annoying that I can't have more than 2,000 following, and the fucking block me. Finished an Evian if they are rebuilding a toilet in a bar. What are you talking about? I don't think you have talked about that before. But yeah, that's basically what happened. So the whole thing was I said fuck in a reply and they blocked me automatically. Like auto blocking, and therefore after that I was kind of not able to see their post. And now that Elon had decided to showcase like you can still see the content of someone that has blocked you, but you can't interact with it. So, you know, that's a good thing. A project I have finished. That is interesting to have that in an interview. I I don't know. Feels kind of weird to me. But yeah, so I'm reaching limits on most of the platforms. Um, yeah, it is. I do agree with that. It depends on what you want to promote. The main thing is right now I am 100% girl bossing too close to the sun. I am. There's no denying that. If the thing goes through, you will have an epic story happening soon. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and I'm fine with it. And you will have another story, which is not that epic, but still interesting. I think. I don't think it will go through, but um, yeah. If you know what you have done, Chris, to go back to your question, if you know what you've done and you give me a bit of a list of things that would be design related or um or project related, that might help. Um, Albach, hi, welcome on. How are you? How have you been? How's your day going? Like, if you are a dev in the current market, what I'm seeing is people are looking for designers that can code. So, design engineer, but they are calling it designer who can code. They are looking for design engineer, obviously. They are also looking for product designers and product managers and regular designer, kind of less than before. Product design is more wind, I would say, today. So you could find a bit of a Terrakan, hi, welcome on in. You could find a bit of a as well, a bridge in between what you've done before and what you kind of want to do and the skills that you have. You say, well, you do have the skills, even though they are not listed in your resume, that work. Something that I don't have anymore, which is kind of sad, but when I did my skills assessments, um, I had a full list of skills, and in that full list of skills, also chat is really interesting of a word right there. Uh, the the person that I was doing the assessment with said, "Are you someone who cook? Have you cooked for other people? Have you organized a meal for more than 10 people? Have you planned out like a trip, a road trip, something?" These are skills that can be added to your resume as soft skills and technical skills. So with that in mind, you can 100% find bridges in between your personal life activities and your potential job search to say, well, I'm looking for something that is design focused, but I also have done some dev on the side. I also have a lot of knowledge about, I don't know, Framer, for example, creating plugins, all of that. Chris, I know that you have done plugins for Framer before. So these are things that are pretty useful that would make your profile a bit more interesting than if it was just, I'm here, but I don't have enough experience because I'm only showcasing that I have like 1 or 2 years. Like bridge competence is weird. That's a very French word. Bridge skills are going to be extremely useful for you, I think. But yeah, I would say that would be pretty good to check at least. Um, I'm pretty good. I've done a lot of things today, too much and not enough at the same time, which will be interesting. Um, I mean, crazy. I can remember it wasn't that far off. I think it was at the beginning of last month. Not that far away. It's mostly when Kira came back from the dead last streams. That yes, that I get it. Kira hasn't been here in 2 years. I kind of remembered what they did. So yeah. But it also depends on the person, and it depends on the interaction we had. So, you know. Um, I mean, that's why I'm here. Ah, mm. Well, I'm not impressed by this first image thing, which to me is really bad. But I mean, I understand. Ah, eh. That's interesting. That's a nice. I'm not impressed by that, but that's a nice thing to see. It seems that they are some sort of a video creation platform. Therefore, their footer is a video timeline thing with buttons to access their other page. That's a neat detail. I ain't not gonna lie, neat detail. However, this not the thing at the top. I mean, the thing at the top, I don't like it, but this is to me again, a copy of Framer, which is really good because that way you have familiar experience for your users. So we appreciate this. The concept, I am not a fan. I mean, again, I understand that some people and some companies will want to use these types of tools to cut cost and make sure that they don't have to pay animators and motion designers to make their projects, but it's the first version. Obviously, it's shit. It's gonna be better. I still hate it. Doesn't change anything in terms of what can be done. I feel like it's that whole package is not what I anticipate as a good product. Going back to the discussion that we had last month on with um, one line about AI being used for generation of things and video specifically. The main point, at least for me, being I wish I could train as an artist. I'm not, but if I was an artist, I wish I could train the AI on my stuff and my stuff only, and then say, I don't like to do backgrounds, do the backgrounds for me. Or I don't know how to pose a character properly, and I don't want to rig like a 3D model to trace on top. Can you help with that? And then the AI would give me like a regular pose, but not a finished things. So yeah. Yeah, but I don't think it's a good thing. So that's gonna be something that is a bit different. The barrier of entry for YouTube when you started in 2007, kinda, was you record a video and you post it on the internet, and it had no, like, assumption that it would bring traction, make money, do anything. Then some people discovered that it was an option to monetize, and they did. And the quality of their outcomes or outputs, like, kind of raised because, well, the better the video quality is, the better the audience is watching, and or the more audience is watching, therefore there is more money coming in. And today, if you don't have a camera like mine right now, and a good mic, and a very either aggressive or artistic style in your videos, the probability of you making it is really low. With this, it basically means that you will have crash level animation like Blue Lock Season 2, and the only thing that will be good is going to be um, extremely low paid animators that just work their ass off, figure out something that is much better than what the AI can do, but will still be paid less than the AI because the AI exists. So I see a point where the motivation from animators is going to be decreased and they're just going to quit and stop doing that to move to something else. And the AI being kind of shit. And so there will be a point where there will be no good content because it's when everyone quits and the AI is not good enough yet. And because everyone quit it, the AI can't really get better because there is not new content being created to train the AI on something better. So I don't think, personally speaking, that this is going to be a good thing. And again, this is the first version, the transition from the first face to the side face, this thing. I don't have an animation background. I could probably do better on Procreate. So, yeah. Like if I'm looking at everything, specifically the fucking flowers passing through, they're just sliding through. I So, I don't know. I fear this is more gonna break the system than give the tools to the people. But I hope I'm wrong. As always, I really am hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that they have trained their content on something that is openly available and free to access and haven't trained on stolen data. That's also a thing. So I don't like for anything that is artistic, and I know that some of the devs in here will say that code is artistic. I disagree. I think the thinking is artistic, but the code itself is just letters. Um, I think for anything that is artistic, like video creation and animation or illustration, there is some sort of an assumption that the person that creates something has spent a certain amount of time to acquire a certain type of taste and a certain level of skills. And these AI for generating images and videos are just coming on the Instagram page of that artist because, it's publicly available. It's on the internet. It's on Google. If it's searchable on Google, it's free. That type of mindset will take anything and then train on top of what took years or decade for the artist and then just spit out stuff. I don't know how I feel about it other than I don't think it's good. But again, I understand why it exists. I know that it will be there for a while and then it will probably go away or be replaced by something better. Best option, at least from my point of view, is going to be integration with the artist workflow. So I know that Procreate said they wouldn't do that, but if they did at some point say assisted drawing based on your content, so it's trained on everything you posted on Procreate. So Procreate can check each and every past files from the app on your iPad and then train an AI on that and then generate something based on what you've done. That I'd be okay with it if it was really only on your style and nothing else. Or going back to my assumption for designers, which is a bit different, there is a set of guidelines and best practices that are commonly used across designers, as in the human design guidelines. I forgot. Human interface guidelines. That's the thing. The human interface guidelines from Apple, Material Design, and Material 3, which are basically the same now, but these. And the hugely or heavily referenced Spectrum from Adobe and the IBM Carbon design system. These are a set of predefined systems that are referenced and used as referenced by designers all the time to make sure that they have like a good output in their designs. If I have an AI that is trained on these things, and then I can give it styles and say, well, I do my buttons like this instead of following exactly the design system of Carbon, for example, I do my spacing around my buttons at 15 instead of 16. That's the tiny difference that I'm doing. Maybe the AI can say, well, I'm going to use the patterns and the reference and the guidelines from these brand names that we know and apply your styles to these and then use these patterns to create and generate the styles and not the styles, but like the screens that you need. That makes sense because it is freely available content distributed for designers to use by Apple, Material Design, Carbon, IBM, or that compared to image generation where it has been trained on stuff that people didn't know that it was trained on their stuff. So yeah, that's the thing. Again, there is a thing of ownership and privacy, not privacy, but like copyrights, content marking. If it's trained on my stuff, I'm fine with it. If it's trained on anyone else's stuff plus mine, and when am I skinning something, it's using someone else's design, that's not going to work. That's not a me thing. Like if it's just an assistant, I'm fine with it. If it's an aggregator of other things, I don't like. But I get it. I understand why it's there. It's it's good, which is kind of fun because that's basically what happened. Not today, but kind of today, this morning ish. I shared that on Discord. Um, I was scrolling this article from my newsletter of Medium newsletter about 21 AI tools that you probably have never heard of. I have most of them, but then I was scrolling them, and Figma's AI is like brand new, but not brand new. UI's art is something that I've been talking about for uh, at least since 2018, and then out of nowhere, that's my face. That that's me, and I didn't know. I was in an article about AI. The thing that I don't like about this is that um, this I kind of agree with, but if you watch the whole video, I'm really telling you that this tool is shit and you shouldn't use it. But yeah, you made it too. Yes, you made it. James made it on the thumbnails. Uh, so yeah. And then they are like this whole article is really fun for me because they are popping and talking about stuff like Magician that has been released in 2021 and has not seen any updates since then. They are talking about Framer AI, which I, I mean, I will say nothing. They're talking about Maze, which is one of the few that I haven't tested. UX Tweak is great. Deepgram is interesting if you want to do some like UX related content in diagrams. Um, User testing AI is not as good as Maze. Oddjar is just like it has been Oddjar since the beginning. It has been the same thing, and they just added AI next to it, and now it's just it's an AI thing. You know how it works. 2025 marketing. Personal Gen is great. The Glassbox AI is interesting, but it's the same thing as Oddjar, as in having a full funnel of the uh, user flow or the user story that the user took, story user journey that the user took on the website. That's really good, so that you can see how or when people bounce and things happen. That doesn't exist. That's shit. That's great, but AI is interesting. I haven't tried it. That's the second one I haven't tried. Software AI, we looked at it last month. No, January. End of January, we looked at it. It was interesting so far. Equal Web, never heard of it. Stark, I'm using it almost every month. Ally as well. Ally Insight and Stark are two Figma plugin that can, or they exist in Figma plugin, and I am paying for Stark AI or Stark overall, but also I'm getting the AI. And then Ally is really good for accessibility. And apparently there is like a Rive AI stuff now. So we'll see. It seems to be in kind of beta-ish format. So debatable. Protopie has been really good in 2014. And since then, I have heard nothing. So seems they are still alive, which is good, but debatable. And then they no. So it was fun, nonetheless. It was pretty
Leo
fun for me
Genie is now
to
following.
go through the entire thing and see my face. Like I wasn't expecting that. Leo Genie, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for the follow. Welcome on in. All day. I hope you're good. The usual. But yeah, that happens. And on the side of reading list thing that I shared today, Vishal had other things. Oh, that's so bad. Sorry. Thank you for that. Who did that? Yes, I did. I gained weight. I am so heavy now. It's harder to do 3 than it was 2 months ago. I have gained leg muscles, back muscles, and I'm heavier than before. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. So, Michelle has this or had this post done on Medium. It is a member-only story. If you are someone that needs to have access to this, it is accessible through the 12-foot ladder. And, that's a pretty good thing. But overall, his whole thing is most people are looking at landing page blueprints, template things. And what he's saying around here is most of the advices that are in these templates are not really true. Or, I mean, they are good, but they are dated and they don't really work anymore. So, went over everything, explained everything, which is really good. And also at the end, proposed like a better approach of how to do things with a more actionable, more better um, overall content strategy rather than having predefined templates in layout-based stuff, mostly in like content values, what needs to be there. So that's a pretty good article, I'd say. If you want to check it out right there. I can do that now. That's so good. Oh, well, that's new. Sorry. Interesting. And just only if you want to help me, you need to stop the pull-ups because that's what makes me heavier. It's the muscles. I know. So yeah, so all that has happened pretty good of a thing to happen, but also I was expecting to have an article made about me. Not about me, but like about a video I made. So that's pretty good to see that some of the video make. I know you said you meant helping Dapshi by giving him his point back, but uh, if you really want to help him, it's not making me heavier. That's the thing. Also, that emotes are weird. Emotes don't work. They have like a greater padding around it, and it still doesn't work. I am making my back stronger for sure. For sure. I agree. I agree. My osteopath, that the word? Yeah, osteopath had or told me that I had like a very stiff back, sadly. So eh. um yes, but it's a massive margin already. I had to double it to make it fit, but right now it doesn't, which is weird. I guess it's the image and not emotes, as in emojis and not channel emotes, probably. Probably. I mean, I tried with this, so yeah, that is no good. But then the next message is going to be stuck. Like if you chat, the eyes are going to be really close to your badges. Um, yeah. Um, no, it's on both sides. That's the thing. It is. It's on the emotes right there, and it's just like on both sides. And it used to be in pixels, and I changed that into RAMs. So that's probably the reason. Um, but I do think that maybe images. I don't know. Again, this is a OBS browser through macOS that is not the same. Um, you know, why would I change the line height to the image height? It's already 1.5, which is good. I mean, technically, what I don't understand is this whole thing has CSS values when it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should use Tailwind, which it would makes no sense. So that whole thing already makes no sense. Um, no, I did that. It fucks up the placement, and I was too tired to go back. Basically, when I do ask it to transfer everything to or from this to Tailwind and remove the CSS file, it put the chat at the top of the screen and it makes it 6 times bigger, which is crazy. Um, Also, one thing that was really fun when I was working on this one, when I tried to say change the words right there, bad words, um, it's probably gonna do it. But if I comma base, does it do it? It doesn't. Cool. I got all of the F bomb, N words, Americanized slurs possible listed in a really good list. And yeah, good job AI. and not swearing in your messages, but still giving me every single American-based slur possible. Perfect. So yeah, that was fun. That I wasn't ready for that. There was logs, and then I removed the logs, and then I had a list of 5 N-words alternatives. Great job. Great job, Cursor. Yeah. But yeah, nonetheless, that doesn't change the thing that this has. Like, I do think that there is like a bit of a misplacement in the HTML tailwind here, plus the potential um like add CSS combination. So, you know, the thing. Um, yes, if you are polite, which I am with my eyes up all the time, um, it reacts currently to be a more human traits. So if you talk down on it, it's going to be less likely to give you uh, expressive response and potentially good answers in your questions. Whereas if you are kind of kind and you make sure that you put them into the role playing mode that they are and making sure that they understand that, oh, they are acting as a specific role with a specific set of skills, they react and respond better. It's really interesting. I've been seeing that when I'm frustrated. I'm trying to work on something and it doesn't work, and it's been a day, and I'm like, I need to take a minute. So I go lay down on my bed, and then I come back and I prompt it again with a very different formulation. Everything runs smoothly, and in like 20 minutes, I have the thing done and fixed. So yeah, you can 100% have better outputs by just talking to your bots better and be a decent human being with things. I mean, it's the same thing for my Google Home Siri as well. Um, like I am courtois. I don't know how to say that in English. Mannered is the word that I use most of the time, but I say please and thank you at the end of my sentences. Always. I don't know. It's just I've been raised in a specific way. But yeah, having a please at the end helps. Also, having like a bit of a uh, I've seen that is better. Again, going back to yeah, can you help with that is usually what I do. But from what Stony has said and from what we talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, of Stony being way too specific in his prompting for thing that he knows how to do, or he knows or understand how to do thing, but not giving enough creative freedom to the AI, there is an outcome that is not as good. And so for me, having the formulation being broader and potentially um yeah, potentially better helps. So yeah. Are we all going to end up in the same corner? Is that what's happening? You could make it on the return. Ah, you couldn't. Hee. I'm not. Ah, it was so close. That was so close. Um, that works. The last one I have seen is when you are running into an error loops when something don't work, you say, take a moment to reflect. find 5 to 7 potential sources of the issue and distill that to the 1 or 2 most likely source of the problem. Find a fix. And it goes through everything, and then it just says, well, the most likely one is going to be this or this, and just fix these 2 things, and then it's working. So that's a good potential communication and kind of improvement prompt. So yeah, if you are in the free tier or in the like 3.7, yeah, using the files helped does not tell me. That's interesting. Right now, I haven't tried the um, max. 3.7 is bad. 3.5 is better for code task, just because it's not as brand new, which is weird. It's better, but I mean, 3.7 is better than 3.5 in numbers, but 3.5 is more reliable than 3.7. So if you just want something that works, 3.5 is going to work faster because there is less people on it. And 3.7 is going to give you something that is more creative and potentially better overall. But you may have breakage in this in the process because there is so many people in there. So, but yeah, right now in the current state of things, there is this one, which I haven't tried, but it's the Claude 3.7 Max, which has maximum intelligence and context, and also maximum cost. The thing is, I don't know if the 0.05 per request per tool use is included in my plan or if it's not. And I don't want this to be more costly, knowing how Claude 3.7 take a lot of time to just think about stuff. I don't want to try it out. However, I like it's a nice gradient. It's a nice gradient. It is. It is. Not going to complain about that. But yeah, that's yeah. When it times out for me, it's usually next week. When I end up being at the quota for my months, usually when it breaks. Um, you know, like right there. It resets on the 10th. It's been 16 days. Yay. The new 3.7 is using like not double, but like 1.2, 1.5 request per requests. So it goes faster. But that's kind of crazy though. I mean, it's a quota of fast request. After this, I'm in timeout zone. So I'm not in priority. So that's a thing. But yeah, overall, you know. Eh. Ah. So things. It's Wednesday. We're supposed to create something. Is there anything you've seen that seems like a good thing to create inside of Figma? Is there something you want me to create? Is there a specific interest of you And no, that is not Sony's website. Again, I haven't found anything really that seems like not good enough, but like interesting enough to recreate and attempt to recreate. That's would be interesting and good enough. I've looked at stuff, but again, on Twitter, nothing. On Dribble, not much. On Behance, not much. Um, and yeah, there is the camera that I have saved, but also it is the camera that I've saved, so you know that happens. There are things that we need to do for something, but I will record that tomorrow. And yeah, that's good. That is a good yes. I need to say yes. I like this. God damn it. um, yeah, I don't. Again, I don't think we have much in the potentials, interesting potentials. Um, yes, there has been this. That's true. That is true. That would be an option. You may have seen that Apple has done the that's new. I mean, that's not new, but it's fun. Kind of something that we had for survival last Monday. Anyways, um, this has been posted. I wish we had that. Cool. This is new, and we could go over how to create that in 1 second. Um, Not necessarily this one, but this is the current step of things, and it seems, as always, not that complicated. I could turn that into my logo. Yes, that's right. That is right. That is right. Um, I think I have my neighbors that are doing some cooking, and it smells pretty good. I'm sad. I'm gonna invite myself. So this has been pretty good. Let me check the this. No, I guess the this right there. Did it give us what we need? Right, that's what we need. Um, I don't get how you managed to do that. Do what? What did I do? Did I do something? Your bird. Oh, that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. Again, I don't understand. It just happens. That's all I know. That is all I know. Let's resize this to like 200. Fair point. Let's place that here. Oh, goddamn. Well, so that's the base. We could do it like this, like an outlined element, but I fear it can be harder overall to kind of achieve the same results. But it's simple. Because we have this element being so tiny, right? So tiny that is going to be kind of complicated. So let's make it that size is going to be fine. And oh, if I want to go with stroke, which is debatable of a point, um, an option. I don't need this to be like a 3%, 2%, 4%, maybe like just as light as it can be. Because it's gonna take the gradients inside as a additional element. So this is like a pink E here, and then you have a bit of a blue around there. So that thing is gonna take a radial gradient with a pure circle reversed pink around here, greater around there, like subtle light, around there. And then in order to have our transition proper, either I do that with a blue on the other side by default, is also an option to get like this with a blue. I have my transition, or I get like a secondary one. Um, have a good out time. Universe, hi. I appreciate it. Welcome in on YouTube. If you want to join the rest of the stream chat on Twitch, I would appreciate it. But if you want to stay on YouTube, please stay on YouTube. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. As always, this is the goal. So yeah, but welcome on in. I guess I'm gonna reverse this as a secondary option so that we have like a bit of a better blue. So this is gonna be 1% and this is gonna be 0%. So that we have the same transition, but we're gonna take this around here and invert the colors. I should have not done that. And invert the colors right here. So we have that kind of gradient inside of it. I feel like this is good. Um, and then again, based on what I'm seeing here, we have a drop shadow. This one is going to be a bit complex and tricky on this one. We have multiple inner shadows that are going to create the outer darker, inner lighter, inner darker. So let me place that properly. If I look at it closely, this is sharp and it's rounded over the edges. I doubt this is an option for this one to look similar, other than creating an outer shadow, drop shadow. I'm kind of fearing this stuff. So let's see. We're gonna do, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add frame with a fucking white background so that we can see uh, similar output, right? That would make more sense. That drop shadow is going to go through and behind. That will have like this whole thing. And let's see, inner. Oh, inner is going to be okay, but that's going to be kind of weird. So we have a bit of an X differentiation like this. Not much, like something at 2. It's going to be kind of enough to give us the offset. The blur is similar, and I feel um like it needs to take a bit of a bluish tint. Uh Interesting. Yes, that is. That seems like a big ass project. If you want to share what you've done, if it is shareable, universe, feel free to do so. I just know that you cannot share links on YouTube unless you dot in parentheses, the usual thing. But yeah, if you have like something, I would love to take a look. This seems kind of wrong. I also feel like it would be better if it was kind of blue, so a dark based but blue still. And we're gonna probably make that lighter. Like 10 seems pretty good for the transition. Um, right, that seems similar. Um, I see. I see. Well, I mean, if you want to come back in 4 days and share the link after the event because it happened. Yeah. Also, if it's an event and it's not a private event, it's a free advertisement. Depending on where you are. It could work. We might have some people in the same region. Never know. So this is going to be pretty good, I think. So far, let's create a secondary one, which is going to be the drop shadow. I have fear. It is. It is. I fear this a lot, a lot, a lot. It seems it's going to be greater than 4 and probably more blurred, which is what will make it kind of bad. If you look closely here, you can see that the shadow is darker around there than it is around here. This is because the glass is translucent, and therefore there is light coming through. So with that in mind, here we need to have some sort of a darker edge, which is kind of still blue. And then
UX_Derek just subscribed.
UX Direct, thanks a lot for the sub. I appreciate it. With your Prime, you get one for free. Give it to me. I appreciate it a lot. Welcome on it. Thanks a lot for the sub, as always. Appreciate it. Let's blue, purple. You know what? Maybe a bit of a bluey, purpley bitch would be good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate it. If you want to just lurk, that's fine as well. For me, having you here is already a good thing. So happy with it. Any wait? Oh. Sorry, I can fake the thing. I'm seeing a potential fake right there. I can have lights going through because it's just taking the border and not everything. And so it's bringing in, oh, that's an interesting thing. Wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened still. That remove one of the layers of shadows that we need to do. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Have another one which will be an inner shadow as well. It's going to be a reversed. So this is going to be -2, -3, probably. And this is going to be a -4, -3. Yeah, probably -3. to make sure that we have something, and this is gonna be white. White less blur. I appreciate the emotes on YouTube. It's kind of fun to see the fiery thing. uh, it looks really sharp. Um, I don't really like Drive interface. It makes no sense to me, so I really have a hard time with it. But I have heard about it, or of it. Yeah, that's kind of working. Not entirely, but kind of working. It's not good enough though for me. I feel like -2 and just -1 might be, you know what? -2 on both. It's going to be pretty good to have like the same angle as the other one. It seems I kind of need to duplicate it, debatable, um, to have it like brighter, but I fear it all, as always. So this one is going to be -1 and y -2, -1 as well. So it's just like offsetted to highlight more of the content side thing with a blur of 1 potential. And in order to get our effect to kind of works, I am debating my drop shadow to work. Chris, welcome back. How are you? I'm gonna try to get my drop shadow, this one, to be show behind to go through, but it still feels really weird and I don't like it. um, but it's more glass already. That's better, better. Actually. Um, we can make it lighter by having more brown color around here to go through. I might just do that. Well, that just do that doesn't work. Well, that doesn't change shit. Fine. How are you, Chris? How's everything? How's the day? Um, so as said, we have a bit of a light coming in here, which is another inner shadow white from the inside. I'm scared. I'm scared. I mean, I'm not gonna, time zone, but time zone. So this is gonna be a 2.5 blur situation with an X of 1.5 and a Y of probably 1.5 as well to have a perfect 45-degree thing, and that's gonna be kind of pure white. Kind of pure white. You know what? I'm gonna make it 100%, and I'm gonna see if a lighten could help. Nope, Novelay could help. Need not a blending mode, that's for sure. But I need a tad of blur, so maybe a 1 of blur would help, and a less backgroundy thing. Background is pure white. I fear this is not pure white. It's a gradient. previously, so that our lines of like the highlight of the glass is going to be kind of going through. And now, obviously, because I'm looking at it, these two inner shadows um, from here, the inners are really, really big. So maybe we can make it -2, -1 on this one, and uh, mm, a blow of 2 could help. Kind of round the edges. Smidge, smidge, a smidge. Blur do help, but not deep. It again. I fear that the drop shadow is what's the issue, as in it needs to be darker and lighter at the same time. So I need to get it closer to the color we need to be, which is going to be more purpley gray and probably duplicated. You know, that helps. What I'm seeing, which is something that we can't really achieve with the type of design that I have right there, is this. This edge is sharp for the shadow itself because that corner right there has a very flat side. So the shadow that is dropped, it's a drop shadow, is sharp-ish. It has a bit of a blend right there, but that's not really something that we can do unless we cheat a little, just a smidge. I might cheat a little. So how am I going to cheat a little? It's basically on the background itself, where instead of having just a background, which is one single color, we're going to add angle gradient that blends in with the shadow at one point. So the only point that we have that could be kind of sharp is around here or on the eyes. I feel like this one is going to be pretty easy. I'm going to add this as an addition, take this color specifically, and use that to create an angular gradient. That angular gradient is going to be ported right there with either 45. I feel like 45 is going to be pretty good. And reverse it, make sure to touch the head. And then the other side right there, going to blend in. I'm going to do that. And then do something like this. Trying to match. That's the angle we want, right? That will give us a bit of a sharpness on that border. You can see that we can adjust that value by making this less opaque. And then once we have the right angle, I feel like here it's going to be pretty good. And we have the right points. I'm going to make sure that the point is right there. Only thing that we need to do is blend in that shadow on top. So we just need another addition of this background color with radial gradient inverted with that color around here, blending in our edge right there. Kinda, it give us this fall off, but it doesn't bleed too much, but it's overpowering the rest of the thing. That's an option. Not great. It's something. In order to make it In order to make it really good, we kind of need like a secondary option. Um, second option, second one for the bottom right there. So instead of doing like second one, I'm gonna just use this one, duplicate it, place it on the other side, right there, and make sure that we have the right angle. It's gonna be reversed. So this is gonna be here, there, there. Attempt to get the similar angle. It's not a 45, but it is a 45. You know, I mean, you don't know, but I know. That point is a bitch right there. You are supposed to be inside. Yes, like right there. Oh. So bleeding in, bleeding out a tad. I don't like the angle. Alright, cool. And then secondary, these, same thing. We need to duplicate it to make sure that this one is cropping down. So because we are using it as a background element, it's placed exactly where the skull is right now to give us our kind of sharp-ish shadows and bleed through. But that only works because our current score has some drop shadows that are there. To remove the drop shadows, they're still in place, but you know, it's not as good. That's something I don't think I can do anything more right there. Um, like it doesn't seems to be an option. What are we thinking? The upper one is better. Yes, I know. I know. I feel like my drop shadow is bad. That's the main thing that I'm seeing. I don't really like. And then also the fact that my score itself is not symmetrical, properly symmetrical, kinda, you know, doesn't work. But we have the darkened top right there. We have the highlight, which is not really visible, which is kind of sad because we don't have the drop shadow outer. We could add that. That would be weird. And but that will help. um ah, and because it's a technical border and not a shape, we can't use a border to create that, which I think would help a ton. So if I do that, and oh, that's gonna be so bad. And do that. You see the issue with the fucking cheating right there? That Ah, um, let's replace these, you know, gonna be fine. The second one is massively, massively strong. That one, god damn. Like it needs to be lighter by not much, but still, god damn. 60 on both, so that's fine. But the thing that I had in mind is potentially, maybe as an option, I could have a stroke. Eh? on the center or on the outside, it depends, and then use that to my advantage by having it with um, this color specifically, like that outside color, the darkest one here on everything, and then dropping that with this, with the angle, and placing it properly in a way that makes sense. That kind of helps to give us the outline that the Apple logo got, right? That differentiation between dark, light, dark. Kind of get that with the dark, light, dark around here. It could benefit from being a tad smaller than what it is right now, like a point 0.2 or point 0.5 could to get it better, but also it could benefit from being blurred. And that would imply a duplicate, which I don't want to do, but that duplicate is going to take this plus none of the effects other than potentially having, not that, potentially having a layer blur right here. And I can do this with one that just bleeds in as a shiny, highlighty thing. So it doesn't really impact the background option. I can remove it from here to not be too impactful. I feel like this is okay, which basically means I could do that here. I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, it's really pink though. Like, I may have uh, forced the pink a tad too much. So that 10% instead of 20% might be a bit more glassy than what it was earlier. I feel like that's better overall. Um, but I mean, the color was pretty good. I'm looking at this one, which is a solid version. Debatable, pretty good. Debatable, pretty good. Yeah, nah, you know, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Question now, obviously, Tony kind of asked. Not really. Would, you know, could, probably. And it is technically what I already have done, so I don't know if it's really necessary to redo. Eh, ah, it's gonna be shit. Yep, that's what yep, 100%. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna work. Also, it's gonna require so many radials and angles to make sure they work. Yeah, I don't know. Holy, hi, welcome in. How are you? How have you been? How's the everything? That's gonna be the question. How's you? Congrats. Congrats on the lunch. Not congrats on the life, I guess. If that's no good, that's no good. Sorry about it. Can't do anything about it. I'm still unemployed, which is fine. I don't really care. I do. I'm lying. But yeah, other than that, I've started building a new app. It's bad. Good timing. Good timing. The bot knows. Um, I started building this, which you probably have not seen because that's not the thing that I was clicking on. This. Um, I built this thing, which is travel guides from me to you as a user is potentially like kind of uh, looking to visit France or Japan. So I basically have a bit of a map thingy with all of the places that I can recommend with details and navigations on the places. That's the current concept where I'm currently landing, which is pretty good. Was a bit of a like, uh, a mess, but it's working for now. And I'm really having fun with this bottom navigation, which is, you know, what I do. This is a rotary phone inspired navigation where you select by placing the one that you want in the center, and you can also flick things to just, send you to other places, whatever. So that is currently in the work. It's not working, but yeah, that's a big ass Tesco image. God damn. Thank you, Morton. Appreciate it. And yes, I would love to see uh Hector? No. Nestor? No. Orange thing that looked like Ledger for me that you were building. Would love to see that. And you can't really um help for Winston Watson. That's the thing. That's the thing, yes. You can't really help for London. Also, why is Bistrovy flashing? Why are you flashing? What happens? What happens? To be honest, I'm gonna be 100% true on this one. I kind of like the light mode better on this, just because the stickers and the effect that I have for the language, for who is coming in, all that, it looks better in light mode. So yeah, I like that. It's fun, but details and stuff. Um, they do. I might need to have like a bit of a outline that is dark for dark mode, like a dark sticker, but it will feels too bright. I fear. So debatable, debatable. But yeah, been working on that. And again, with the thing that I was saying, and I derail myself as always. You can't really help with London because the point of the app is for me to have tried stuff and to kind of give my review on the thing, and it's going to be targeted to as little amount of users as possible. The the goal is to gatekeep as much as possible. So I'm still creating a guide for some of the things that are like already popular, but targeted toward people that don't like many people in places. So you want quiet places, restaurants that are not really known just yet. And then, um, and then if you want to access the extremely like gatekeeper club, you can buy the subscription to get access to some of the most uh, specific places that I have where I know that no one knows because it's like in one of the buildings of Tokyo. In you need to know that it exists. You need to go there, climb to the fifth floor in between the building apartments, and then go at the top and be like, yeah, that's a bar. Yeah, it's a quiet bar, but that's a bar. That's a good thing. Um, the mouse pointer is kind of yeah pulling me out of it. I agree, but uh, is it like I can't read? Is it like a platform to manage your freelancing business, as in project clients and like invoices, billing, all that? That the plan? Oh, that's fun. So, funnily enough, I see, I see. Good job. The the thing is, Denny, which you've seen here many times, is also or was looking at something to automate and help his billing and invoices system. So that could work as well. That's good to know. This is fun. There's a lot of little fun stuff um, that yeah. So I don't know if that's you. Yeah, right. Huh? Work on it. But the fans on my computers are currently spinning heavily. I feel there is something in there that is extremely processor intensive, um, that needs to not be there because goddamn. Yeah, I like this. It's fun of an interaction. Yeah. Ooh. You know, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a nice concept. I I agree. My fans are just freaking out. That's crazy. I don't have anything running. I mean, I do have plenty of things running, but it's crazy. I like these a lot. I like curved stuff, and yeah, I do, I do. Um, it does. It adds something of like a feeling of, oh, this is they have gone into doing the details, and yeah, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. This is a cute ass pattern. No one will see it anyways. Yeah, congrats on launching. What's the oh, I received a message. What's the pricing, if it exists? What would be the idea, the concept of pricing in there? That's crazy. I'm gonna get the fuck out. My fans are just freaking out. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, if pricing is a thing, you know. God damn. 91.90. So close. And we apparently have some sold out online right there. The career page. Yeah, if there is like a job section, you know, I'm still unemployed. And Yaron is still employed but looking for a job as well. So you know, if the project is just launching, it makes sense that it's not really uh hiring. There is probably not much funding just yet. I'm guessing it's the exit um bodice thing from Ben that founded the entire thing. Hmm? Probably. Probably. Um, uh, I have one question for you though, alongside the pricing. Wait, is the dog okay? That's important as well. How's Loki? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I closed the website and now my fans are just, but yeah, there's something in terms of performance in there that is kind of broken. Um, I see. Yeah, I mean that's good pricing. 50 a month, 40 to 50 a month for something that seems to do a lot. Um, I was saying the fact that he left the future might have given him enough leeway in terms of cash to fund the project as well on his side of things, like to be able to do something. Um, yeah, I mean, I know you've been here before. um, I see. That's kind of yeah, yeah. I know. I mean, last time you were here, trolling other people by sending them recalls as links was um, in February. So yeah, and you sent me something before about that in November. So yeah, yeah. It's been a while. Um, what is that? Bed's business. I saw Matt for a split second around there. Um, yeah, yeah. That's what I saw. That is what I saw. Get a discount for that? That is expensive though. That's the sad part. Like these things are good, but also it's kind of complex when you make zero. And yeah, I mean, again, you've been here before. You know exactly what I'm lacking in skills, and skills is marketing and communication for like written content. So these things would be 100% useful for me to understand and just get the business that I have running better than what it does, which is not much. And sales is 100% something that I lack in because I just don't see the point. But yeah, it could 100% help. Um, but also, you know, I don't know if I have time. I don't have the money. That's the thing. Um, like if I take a year, let's say that if I take a year, it's $900, and then after months of that, I have my first client that is costing or paying 2K, it's refunded. Yes, 100%. But the amount of work that needs to go through the agency itself to basically rise up and be good, it's going to take more than a month. And right now, I do not have enough cash on the side to sustain myself for enough time. So, yeah, it's the annoying part of that segment for me. It's like, um, I I need to hire someone to do the thing that I can't do right now, but I can't hire someone because I don't have the money. So I'm trying to do it myself, but I can't do it myself. Therefore, I need to hire someone, but I have less money. And, it's a ton of back and forth in my head that just makes no sense. I did apply for this thing again last week and got an email back where I need to do an assignment, which I will do this weekend. Good job. Congrats. I did my assignment on Saturday, Friday, Saturday. I forgot last week. Um, and yeah, yeah, I hate cold outreach. It just makes no sense to me. Like, I understand that the point that most people do or make for cold outreach is people don't know that they need your services. And therefore, if you just reach out and they're like, oh, yeah, maybe I need that, good, you might have a client. But it feels so wrong. And I hate it so much, the same as you, apparently, that I've never achieved anything like this. Um, Basically, when I was in the hospital in 2024 on January, and my previous boss announced that the company got hired got acquired by another company, I cold outreached to that new company that hired my previous startup, acquired my previous startup, to say, well, if you need skills by someone that knows what is inside of this thing, please reach out. And they did it. And they didn't even accept the LinkedIn mail, whatever. It feels so wrong, and I hate it so much. I don't get it. But yeah, it's the part that I do hate, like the sales, the marketing, and the reach is just non-working, and that just so bad, so bad, so bad. But yeah, I guess it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. It depends on what I want to do. I think, personally speaking, in terms of marketing, that's what we talked about on last stream on Monday. This is marketing for me, as in I'm showcasing my skills and having a chat and showing my personality and all that. What I need to do is take these and then chop them up into video that goes on YouTube to have like some content that is reaching out to more people and discoverable and all that. But that damn, do I hate editing as well. So I really need like Sho is it Shoko? No, it's a British company pointing at you as if you, as someone that lives in the in the UK, knows 100%. It's a company that is known to take on streamers. It has a purple logo with a very angular logo. I think it has an O in there and maybe a Y. I forgot. I have Yogo in mind, but it's not. I have Hygo in mind, but it's not. I feel like Hygo could be that, but um, it's um, it's basically an editing company that will take on the job of an editor, going back through your VODs and then figuring out clips, videos, things, all that. Genie, hi, welcome on in. Um, how are you? Yeah, uh, um, ah, I'm doing the worst ever Google search of my life. Um, Sad thing is, I know the fucking logo. It's not Cabery. Um, can't find it. I'm not gonna add the four streamers. This is not good. Um, hmm, there's plenty. There's plenty. I don't know heroes. No, it doesn't ring a bell. Heroes. Um, but yeah, I forgot. Um, Basically a company that takes on the role of an editor for you, and you can basically just send them whatever. It's pretty good. It's good. Uh, Not Purple Brick. No, I really think it starts with an H, which uh, once I find it wouldn't, but I think it starts with an H. Let me see if I haven't like saved it and caped it. Good job, me. Kept it on here by mistake. Probably haven't. Yeah, I haven't. It has a purple that is mostly like a. I don't think it is haze. Um, but yeah, that's basically what I need. I need someone to tell me um if they. I mean, it's such a mess. Uh, yeah, I need someone to watch the full VODs entirely and then figure out the 10 to 15 minutes of the VODs that are really good that can be cut into a video that can be posted on YouTube for like a 5 to 8 minute video. But goddamn, that's a bit of a mess. Like right now, this segment from earlier of recreating this in here, yes, 100%. That's simple. That's something that I can do on my own. There was some activity in the chat, but not that much. And that way it's easier to cut. But if I'm going through an entire design of something, it's just such a mess to figure out and follow through. Beige, hi, welcome back. How's you? Yeah, much glass. Much glass. Not the Apple logo. The Apple logo is the original image that we had, and then I kind of recreated stuff similarly. It's not good enough to me, but it's not bad. So, um, yeah. I guess if we have um something like this with some light color background thingy like that, you know, it's glassy. Right now, when I'm seeing this and the glass not blurring the background, I feel like it should be like a background blur should happen for sure with probably 2 pixels of blur just to still see the stripes, but 3, maybe 3 makes more sense. Yeah, it's still bad though. Yeah, I think the Apple one is going to be mostly frosted mainly because it is part of the Vision Pro. Based on this, WWDC 2025 Dub 25, which is going to happen soon, next month, 2 months ago, in 2 months, 2 months ago, in 2 months. Um, that is based on this logo. I'm guessing it's going to be a Vision Pro oriented event. Guessing, but we'll see. We will see. But yeah, that segment, for example, is going to be a video on YouTube. That's for sure. Other than that, I don't know. The question from Chris earlier kind of span a good discussion, which was really good. So I can chop that up, but damn. Ah, I hate creating videos so much. Yes, beige, we're still on the same topic as last time. Yes. Oh, Oli, I have a question if you're still lurking, which might be something that you don't want to answer. I don't know. It's a Twitch question. I'm asking because you have been building Twitch related overlays for a while, and also you have, for some reason, worked there. Um, what, in your point of view, what would be the best stack for a Twitch overlay? Held, probably coming from you. I'm currently having the chat, which is fully broken, as a personally built chat, and this thing, same. This is easier to get, but um, this full thing has the concept of connecting to your Twitch to get access to the badges and all the things, which was a pain, but yeah. Um, let's say it's a fully fleshed out overlay that does everything. Um, yeah, I do think that this is pretty cool as well. Right now, what I'm trying to build, personally speaking, is a translation of um, Streamerbot on Windows, specifically the chat section that is the combined chat that give me the ability to have Twitch and YouTube chats in the same visual window. Right now, I have both side by side when I'm using the Mac with the prompter. On the PC, I have both on the same window, which is much better than anything else. So, yeah, that. And then because Twitch has closed caption, there is the option to potentially capture the closed caption and trigger things based on the words that I'm saying. So, yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I might not try. Anything that I'm building is built with AI anyway, so I don't really give a shit what it uses. It just, it needs to be used. And yeah, but yeah, mostly like anything HTML, CSS, React. Um, yeah, yeah, because it has more documentation and training data. Yeah, yep, yep. Well, I mean, right now it's making such a mess. Nothing works. It's good. Like if you send a message with just an emote, for example, it's probably going to be squished and not visible in the bar, right there. And yeah, I did use Vue at some point. It broke everything, so I reverted to basically using vanilla JS because it's kind of easier. But yeah, maybe React, maybe React. The- Um, yeah. Vite is the compiler. Also, yes, I'm pronouncing it as vite, as French does, as in fast. It's just fast in French. No more French. No, never, forever. No.
Croissant.
We need to do that though. That is true. Um, so yes, but svelte in French just means svelte. It just means slim or uh kind of skinny in a way. So I'm trying to lose my French as much as I can. So, I see. I see. I see. But yeah, we need the fucking the t-shirt. We need to do the t-shirt at some point, which is um on type with the right letter, bitch. Thank you. Really, right there. So we need that t-shirt. We need it. I think that would work. I think that would work. The current idea is to get the most cliche um French type. I kind of want to have uh let's see if I can French Photoshop text effect. Uh, you know, no, the goal is to have this on a t-shirt to avoid the people that are trying to make you sign petitions and shit on the streets, so that they know that you can't speak Francais, and therefore they kind of leave you alone. Um, because no one other than a tourist would buy a "Sorry, I can't speak Francais" t-shirt, right? Makes no sense. Um, but if you say sorry, I don't speak Francois, I mean that makes no sense to them. So yeah, the amount, however, in Japan, the amount of Nihongo wakarimasen, which means sorry, I don't understand Japanese, or I don't understand Japanese, t-shirts that are on the street and that the tourists have been buying is pretty impressive. So yeah, also goddamn. Um, that was a TD. You saw nothing. Yeah, I don't think it matches the goal, but I get it. Yeah, there was a TD on main was an inspiration, but you could. I have something so bad in my head, something like with yeah, gold play would be pretty good of a font for that. Yeah, baguette text, like a French cliche um design, I guess. Like a bit like this, like the français with the flag and maybe some baguettes on the side. Like I some croissant on the side. I really think it would work. I know, I know, it's dumb, but it could be good, right? Some shit like this. 100%. The French flag is it's a very good French flag right there. Bones, hi, welcome in, welcome back. How are you? Um, I have made this. Um, I've made that, which is pretty good so far. And then I've made this, and then I tried to put it on the background, and it didn't work. And then I did this really quickly by just transferring the thing, and it's bad. So, eh, eh, I don't know. But right now I'm thinking about this. I think it's gonna need to have um, a hand-drawn effect in order for it to make sense. I'm really thinking some shit like this would really work in terms of rendering, but it's too clean. And I almost want like, yeah, I think I want the shirt, you know, just because it makes sense. But um, that's pretty good. Um, the thing is, text effect is sending you to other things, which is not what we want. We want something that is really French. So could it be like baguette text effect or like a bread toast text effect? That's kind of not a thing. Nope. I mean, if you speak French in chat, I'm just gonna ignore you, so that's not good, Bones. Not good. There is already a baguette font that exists, but I'm looking if there's a thing. What I have in mind right now is basically taking inspiration from, shit like this. Like, that makes sense to me. Right in the concept. Um Basically creating the most USA sports team logo cliche stuff. But instead of having like a logo, it's gonna be like a baguette or a croissant. Like a croissant would be amazing for one of these, for example. You have a big ass croissant in the background, um, and the français in the center, like the Ah. I also fear that the ugliest it is, 日本語は大丈夫ね。日本語大丈夫。the ugliest it is, the better it would make it to kind of push people away in the street is the goal. But yeah, that's a ChatGPT generation thing. It looks like uh took a shit and I wrote with it. If you just make it a tad bit darker, but that's pretty good. Appreciate it. Yeah. No, not look like shit. Look bad, as in uh, these baguettes from earlier. Yeah, it's really sad that my brain went into I should hit up one of the cheap, really bad logo designer that I kind of know. You just sorry, yes, you can say that. Um, eh, I get automoted every time I say fucking French, so yeah, was deemed to happen. Um, mm, no. What's the question? No. Um, I kind of want like a cliche thing. That's the, you know. I want to design this on a t-shirt. The thing is, I kind of have an idea, which I haven't drawn, which I should, because it would be much better and much easier for me to do. For a second. What's this? Where you at? But I overall, gonna come here. Think the the shape that I have in mind is gonna be somehow something like this. I, I mean, that makes no sense, but some shit like this, which has the baguette in the background and the français in as an arched text thingy, um, uh, as a reference that feels like a good concept overall, or something a bit different. But I kind of want the most lobstery font. I feel like lobster is going to be a really bad but good option. Um, like that's really cliche or cliche enough, at least for me, to get that. And then if you know, eh, that's the amount of bad I want right there. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And if it could be arched, it would be much better. But you know, that's not gonna fit. Did I make it fit? Debatable. Like I can't really make it fit between the F and the I and make it readable from far away because that's kind of the concept. uh, but yeah, I'm thinking like some shit like this. There's a croissant in the background. That's a good base. Like that could be a croissant. Maybe. Let's see. Um, right, like a croissant like this. Um, emblem, emblem. Yeah. I don't know. Rev is potential. Haven't tried it on desktop. Only tried it on, yeah, yeah, shit like this, you know. uh, See, this one specifically is the type of font that I had in mind, which is basically lobster right there. It's not exactly that, but yeah, that's pretty good. However, um, like the text should be more visible. I should have said just one instead of four. God damn it. Yeah, that's pretty good. This one is really good, though. That's pretty nice. Uh, I like the red one a lot. I like this one as well. Um, this is pretty good. This is not that good, but it's okay. This one is really nice, and this one is debatable, really bad. But it's that's really good, really good. You know, as a base. God damn, that's massive. So, if I can figure out how to create this, oh, it's not flat. Interesting. Create this arch right there, an arch to kind of match. But I can take the text and put it on top right about here. Be pretty good. What we want to have is this. Put that in red. I can kind of see it. I don't know, not really. He just said that French was shit or French shit, and that didn't go through for reasons. um, oh, that's so. What would be good? The one that I just kept on here is pretty nice, to be honest. The last one that I picked up, which is gold play. I don't remember if I have it, but this is too sophisticated to be used as a top section for this thing. Um, I can't do that. Cat, hi, welcome on in. Um, you didn't miss the streak. You're not like Larkham. Good job. Congrats. I'm pretty good. I think I need to. I think I need to. However, the bread font right there could be pretty fun. Uh, I think you popped in for like a second. I think you did. I think you did. I don't want to go Comic Sans because that's so obvious and cliche that it makes no sense. And to match with this, I feel like a, a better kind of condensed font would be pretty good. Um, yeah, but the goal is not to be offensive. The goal is to say, well, that's obviously a tourist, and um, and therefore I'm not gonna bother them to make them sign the petition or something, you know. So that's the idea. That's the concept. Higher would be too bad. Marmalade could be an option. If I can type, just because it's handwritten, it has this kind of feel to it, right? I can 100% see that happen right there, and just eh. You know, where's the fucking K? Sorry. I see. Do I have the K? Yes. Good. Um, don't look at the kerning. It's really bad. Um, that's not good, cat. You should take a bit of not a day off, but a day off type of thing. You know. I feel like this is pretty cool. Um, it isn't. It is not. Ah, that happens, which is really bad. It's really bad. Kind of like the concept overall. I don't think. straightening up the lines would help in any way, like not directly. So yeah, I feel like the organic form makes it better. Um, the question is, if you have it on a t-shirt, is it visible enough? Like the français is very French and very, very, very um, visible, but the top part is not that much visible. So I'm debating. I'm debating. Would a reverse? Maybe. Maybe that could work. I just need to group them together before I do anything, but that could kinda help. Kinda. Uh, it feels like forced, just got. That is the goal. It is the goal. I agree. It is the goal, but it feels kind of forced. Um, hmm. I do. I have music. Is it not going through? It is not going through. I mean, when I check, the sound is gonna go down anyways because I can't stop yapping. It's been kind of down all the time. So yeah, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Is it rigged? No, I'm not gonna make it. Eh? That was so close. That was so close. Goddamn. Uh, I don't know. I don't think that font is good. Also, I said 4 images again, which is such a dumb idea. That's not the same style though. Um, the same style. Again, Rev has been really, really good at font generation. But that's about it. uh, I think this one is still the best so far. Like that initial one was really good, but this one is still really nice. Let's see. I doubt it will fix anything. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. Anyways, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll make the thing. I think I have the idea of what I want to have on the top in a way that makes more sense. Um, but yeah, that's um that's a debatable point. Debatable point. Anyways. I started, I mean, I didn't start, but I took like a webinar thing about product design in France because French stuff. Anyways, and they are asking you as a human to pay 8K for a 6 week, 8 weeks boot camp, um, where you learn how to use Figma in the first 3 weeks, how to organize stuff, and how to create your first project, and then you have like a, a case study where people from real companies, French companies, are coming into the bootcamp and ask you to do something for them, and um, and every time or during the whole thing, when the guy that was explaining what was the bootcamp and how it worked was explaining this part of big company that are like renowned French company are coming into the office and asking you to pick a project from these big companies. I'm like, yeah, so you just want free work. You want me to pay you 8K and then you want me to work for free for one of these big companies so that they can have my skills as a technically junior designer, because that's what the aim is, uh, and then potentially implement something that you've made for free for them. And so I sent them like a message afterward. I was like, well, I've been a product designer for the past 13 years, roughly 12, 13 years, and I've been a designer for the past 20. Is there a way to skip everything that is not necessary for me? They were like, well, no. And at the end, I said, is there a way for you to hire me as an expert in the team? Because I'm probably more knowledgeable than most of the team that you have. They were like, well, maybe. Haven't responded yet though. The guy that did the webinar sent me a message on LinkedIn as an automation, right? Something. Oh, you were in the call, therefore we can have a chat. And I responded, and I haven't had a response from them. I think not yet. Yeah, not yet. So that's a fun stuff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think anything will happen, but we never know. We never know. A to P. 1 second. Have a good rest of your day. Ollie, take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by and sharing the project. Appreciate it. Ah, I guess je ne parle pas French. It's pretty good as well. It could be an option, a reverse option with just. The thing is, je ne parle pas French is kind of weird of a thing. So I don't know. Dimitro, hi, welcome on in on YouTube. How are you? I feel like I pronounced your name wrong. Dimitro sounds like I'm not pronouncing it properly. Do you have any advice on how to build a portfolio? If you could call it that on Dribble with just UI shots for fun, like open purpose. Um, huh. Well, you can call that a portfolio. However, you have, if you pay for Dribble Pro, you have access to the Dribble portfolio page, that thing, which will give you access to basically a portfolio. And you can build like a good overall uh, portfolio, I guess. Eh, almost. I would say the most important thing in there is going to be the descriptions of the shots that you have. So if you are building this thing, this is something that I did a while ago, an AI note-taking app, just to have a bit of an AI stuff in my Dribble. If you just do this with no description, which is what I do because I don't give a shit, that's not good. It's not what's gonna give you views or portfolio or like the content that is worthy of hiring, if that's what you're looking for. But if you have content that is mostly with descriptions, if I go back into some of the older elements that I have in here, so something like this, which has a bit more explanation or a bit more of content in the shot itself, of showcasing the before and the after with more details. Or if I go into this one, for example, it has a bit more definition as well of before and after, or like different vision explanation of what I'm doing. This is pretty good. You can, if I'm going on up on purpose, um, purpose, I never know. Can they fucking give me something that is from them? No. Good. What they do most of the time is oh, that I don't know what that is. I don't want that. I want something else. Bitch, get the fuck out. I want to see your work. I can't see the work. That's so sad. God damn it. Well, it used to be good and now it's shit. So, what they have here, if they still have it, is usually they have like a bit more content around what they have done. On Dribble, they don't really have like a lot more details, but on YouTube, they have like videos that explain or that showcase everything. Sometimes I have a normal portfolio with case study, etc. Currently, I'm just interested in doing things or creating things for fun with shorts and without a context. My UI game. Well, then yeah, you can 100% do that. I don't think it's a bad idea to have like shots for UI purposes and saying, well, I do like to create animations, interaction things, and showcase what I'm doing. I think that's a pretty good way of, again, upping up your game and making sure that you have the skills to do that. And Dribble specifically is meant or was meant for that. However, Dribble being changing most stuff in terms of their privacy, not privacy policy, but like their policies in general on what you can do, what you can't do on the platform. Like you can't even have your name. And I mean, you can have your name, but you can't have your email or a link to your portfolio on your profile, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't like that as a concept of a platform that is supposed to make designers be discoverable. But if you just want to do it for fun and just create stuff that you kind of want to create, yes, Dribble is going to be pretty good. Going to give you a massive amount of options to just do things. And as you can see here, this is mine, I've done like a ton of icons at some point 2 years ago. And now, um, it's just icons. But if you go back a bit longer or a bit further up, there was like other shots, other things that are not necessarily UI or product design related content, just illustration to up my UI game specifically, and that was pretty good. But then I went up into icons, and that's what happened. But yeah, I don't think it's a. So first of all, I don't think it's a bad idea. ISO day, certainly. I click on these two in a second. Which is that second. That's wrong, but yeah, also Francis is really good. That's interesting. I kind of. Franier is pretty. Franier is pretty good. The Francis is really good. Is really nice. Good job. So yeah, you said, do you have advice on how to? I think do the thing that you are challenged by is going to be the most important thing. So if you go back on Dribble, you just go onto the homepage and look at the following or the popular if you have things that are like you follow on Dribble. And you see things that to you seems challenging, things that you don't really know how to do or create. That would be, for me, the direction in which I would go. So let's say I don't know how to do this. I do, but let's say I don't. It would take a bit of time to go over this and say, okay, so I don't really know how to do this style thing here. Let me figure it out. And so I will practice to figure out how to get this kind of gravity slash physics enabled around here. And then maybe I like this thing around here, and I don't really know how to do that central section of the link. Practice to do that. But that's basically what I would do. I would just get in and figure out how to recreate thing that seems challenging to me. Which, by the way, this is really good for Chris. Survival number 2. Which is pretty impressive, interesting, that it is kind of the same concept that he has. But yeah, good. And do that with other things. Like maybe this is not challenging to you, and maybe this is more challenging to you to have like a bit of a bento grid thing that you don't really understand just yet how to create. That would be really, really good. Make sure that like overall, these contents, if you just want like one shot, no multiple images, are challenging you enough, but also fits you. If you like to create dashboards and you hate to create dating apps, don't try to create a dating app. It might help you create something more interesting. But if a client tells you they found your design about a dating app and they really liked it and they want you to work 6 months on the dating app that they are building, you will hate yourself and the client unless they are paying you a lot, which is usually not the case for a dating app. Make sure that you do things that challenges you, that are in or aligned with the thing that you want to create in the future, in your next job, all of that. That would be my recommendations. And the best post, post on Dribble are going to be video post, sadly. So if you have the ability to do some micro interactions, video recording of what needs to happen, and things like this is going to be even more challenging for you. Yes, I don't know your skills about video editing, but that is something that would work and attract the eyes of the potential people that are interested in hiring designers. Make sure that you have, again, make sure that you have like a bit of a description underneath, and that should be good. See, while the blank page is a very common thing for many designers, you can also go with fake brief or fake client, which you probably heard of. Fake brief is basically giving you the ability to get a brief for something in no time. So if you wanted to do some graphic design or some UX design, something, you can just generate a brief for that. And then you have like a bit of a really basic brief. And then you can pay for the pro subscription. Don't recommend it to do that. The other thing is, once you have this, you always have the ability to say, DeepSeek is free. And from here, you can say, this is a fake brief. I need it to be fuller and more detailed for a case study or something, you know? And then just press enter and wait for a second. And then it will generate a better brief overall of what you could do, what you could create. And that might help you get some sort of a less blank idea in your head. You kind of know that based on this brief that seems to be pretty good, it is very massive from what I asked. But it has all the things, and that is a very good base, I'd say, for a case study on your portfolio, but also like just a starting point of something. So if you're just struggling with blank page, I think this could be good. God damn it. I'm gonna click on Bones link if I can. I can't. Before I missed that. God damn it. God damn. I feel so fat. So yeah, Dimitro, I feel like for fake client is a pretty good thing. I think there is another one that is called fake brief. Same concept. There is this one, which we have talked about in the past, which I don't know if there is. Ideation is not going to work. Full design is really good as a platform overall, but you know, just so you have access to it. Um, it's overall like that's what I would say. The Fake clients is going to be really useful to have like generated briefs, god damn it, briefs for whatever you want to create. So if you just wanted like a logo design, if you just wanted like a painting or an illustration or something else, you could. And you also have brief generators, other things. It's pretty useful. The pro tier is not necessary based on the fact that DeepSeek exists and pretty nice. So yeah, I think overall that's the main for the blank page that would be the main thing to help you like kind of get an idea if you need to. Um, DeepSeek again is free, can be trained to do whatever the fuck you want, and that's pretty useful so far. I would say that. I would say that. Are we gonna pass the 200 today? Yes, 100%. I haven't tried the image generation on O4. No, not yet. Not yet. I have stopped paying for OpenAI since this one came out because it's the same and it's free. So that yeah, that helps. That helps. Ah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I have not tried Grok. Um, I have the paid Grok, I think. Bones, that's pretty good. I like it. I like it. I do like this one a lot. um, you did that with Microsoft Bing. God damn it. I kind of love the Fossies though. Fossies is really good. My grandfather's name Francis Fossies. He dead, but there was just one eye, not two. Kind of nice. Appreciate it though. I appreciate it. So yeah, Dimitri, that's mostly it. If you have like more questions, feel free to ask as always. As always. So, oh, that's crazy. Well, I can download the thing. You're welcome. That's why I'm here. Yeah, that if that's the creation of um O4, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, no, I know. I know what you meant. By the way, did you leave Larkham band? Did that happen? Um, yeah. Oh. He asked for it. He asked. Oh, that's so bad. Sorry. Yeah, he lost his 180 days streak, and therefore he decided that getting banned was a good thing for no reason. So I don't, I don't know. I don't know. Again, this, yes, that's probably what we're gonna see on the next version of iOS, the glass effect that we were talking about. Um, if that is exactly true from 4.0, that's impressive. Kind of be able to bring back some of the things that we used to have on iOS 2, 2 to 5. Um, so interesting. Yes. But yeah, there has been like a ton of things coming out. I think this is really good. Hey, again, based on what I'm seeing, it's pretty impressive. I would agree. Um, so maybe I'm gonna have to check it out. Also, this whole thing is crazy. Mike is doing an amazing job. Also, it seems to be his birthday, which is pretty impressive. But Mike is doing an amazing job at creating and adding things in his app that are fun. However, I don't think they work together. I love everything he does. Like there is a ton of things that are really, really, really good in terms of interactions and tiny micro interactions and animations. But the difference in between the icons right here and the bubbles is so off to me that I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. Like the thinness of the icon and the boldness of these text is so much. It's too much difference. And I would love for him to create something that was more rounded for the things. Like these icons are way rounded, way bigger, more fun. They work together compared to these two again. Also, this is just weird stuff. It's fun to build, I think. Um, at least for him. But yeah, he's been working on these things for a while and having like all of these really, really fun and really, really cool looking elements in his app is pretty neat. I don't know exactly how he came up with all of these. I'm thinking it's mostly like shaders, but yeah. Anyways, fun stuff. So if you want to check that out, keep everything in mind. These are really good. As always. God damn. So yeah, we have a t-shirt ID. We'll see if we figure it out. I doubt it. I see. I could have been fun. Um, Well, you don't need to keep the streak. The streak that I have on the exclamation mark in and the first message of the person is not resetting. That's better. Cat, just apply. just apply. Best case scenario to say no, and therefore it's good. And worst case scenario to say yes, and you still have to work. You know, that's how it works. That is how it works. Yeah. I think you should apply anyways. Apply with a non-finished portfolio. The reason for this, and the reason why I'm saying this, is because the designer that I hired when I was in the previous startup that I was in, she gave me, she sent me a DM. I said, I'm looking for designers. She sent me a DM immediately, almost. And she said, I don't have the portfolio finished. I'm almost done, but here is what I've done so far. And she, to this day, which is now 8 years later. Yeah, 7 years later, 8 years later, I haven't seen her portfolio even once. I hired her because of the first thing that she sent. The DM that she sent me was pretty good. The CV was okay, and she was junior enough and hungry enough to learn and to build things that I just said, well, you know what? Yeah, you seem like a good fit for what we're trying to do. So let me just teach you everything I can. And yeah, that happened. So just apply. You never know. Maybe you find someone that is like me in the hiring team that is just looking for someone who is pretty good and interested in learning and creating stuff. That might work. You never know. So just apply. That is the main point. Yeah. Make sure that you have the transition of I did software stuff for a certain amount of time, and I focused on front end, for example. And I'm currently transferring into more design-related content, or I'm transferring to something different. But yeah, do that. It will help. It will help. God damn. Gadam, gadam. I see. I see. I was about to say, who do we have live? We have Theodor's live, but it's too many people anyways. And this bitch is live, and I haven't been there in a bit. I'm gonna send you there. Why not? Who's new? Tell me so I can just check before I go there. Cool template is still the CV type that got all the people I know hired. Yes, 100%. Oh yeah, I was. It's not new. Also, she got more. We rated them before, if I remember. as far as I remember. Yeah. We can go there. 100%. 100%. Let's me send you there. Good. Done. So, as always, thank you for being here. Highly appreciated. I'm gonna go sleep. I am tired. The VOD is gonna be on YouTube. The Discord is live and available if you have a question when I'm not live. I said live, not in the right order. Anyways, it works. I shall be back on Friday, as always, at 6:30 Paris time, 6:30 p.m. There you can stalk me online if you want to, you know. No. I mean, you can. It would be wrong, but you can, yes. And as always, if you want to learn Japanese, please use Can. It's pretty good. And if you want to give me some money and use a sub or a UI kit, you know, the usual, the classic things. It works. Also, Gazwise is around there, which is pretty cool. Um, anyways, take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, eat something, drink something, be kind to each other. And I'll see you all on Friday. Bye.